Should be good. Let's go ahead and mute things, send out tweets, get everything signed in, and we should be good. Almost. Okay, now we're good. So, hello everyone, this is Chris Ingerson, and it is February 27th, and this is the February 27th TextQuest Devstream. So, today we are going to be working on loading screens, specifically loading screens for the castle and sewer levels. We will also be working on fixing shadow tint that occurs due to, I believe, the global illumination system not properly bouncing light off of substances that haven't built yet. Or perhaps you could say that it is properly bouncing them off of substances that haven't been built yet, but either way, it is not the desired effect. So we are going to go ahead and start. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about when I say tinting shadows. It's an annoying phenomenon that's happened for a while. I actually tried to... Hello, Sky, welcome back. And thank you for the cheer. How are you doing tonight, by the way? Anyway, so this is something that's been happening to me for a while. Let me go ahead and maximize on play. And it's something that last year, when I went to Unite, I actually went to the Unity experts, and I asked them, you know, what is this? Have you ever seen anything like this? Do you know anything that would be doing this? And their response was basically they had no idea, which makes sense because they have since then dropped support for substances. I mean, Unity will still support it. It's just going to be done through Algorithmic, the people who make Substance. Be right back. All right. I will see you when you get back. In any case, so you can see right here, and this is what's really weird, and this is why I think we can find a workaround for this. So everything looks pretty fine. If we look at the shadows in the background, you can see that everything kind of... that's kind of funny. If you drag along the side here, it doesn't highlight buttons. I guess that makes sense because it probably uses cursor positioning. But anyway, so you can see that shadows actually look pretty fine here. And if we pause and move around in the level, everything looks right. Looks just fine. But as soon as we hit continue and then therefore load our character into the scene, all of these shadows, and I'm going to actually turn off maximize on play so you can see this. And I'm also going to pet the cat because she wants attention. Yes, I see you, cat. So all of these shadows are a little dark, actually, now that I think about it. That's interesting. Yeah, they're like really dark. That's very interesting. That's actually probably useful information. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and hit continue here. And we will see, as soon as I spawn in, keep your eye up here on the in the scene view, you'll see all of the shadows just tint blue. Maybe. Wow. What happened there? Oh, there we go. I don't know what was up with that lag, but now everything's blue. And I don't know what causes this. This is very strange. I do know that this phenomenon only happens if the substances are not built when the level loads in. I don't know why. And as you can see, it seems like they're correct, except actually when we look through there, I did notice that, well, the shadows seem to be darker, or like the ambient lighting seems to be darker. In any case, I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, what the heck? What is going on here? Okay. Huh. This is all kinds of interesting now, isn't it? Huh. Okay. I might know what that was. I might have done something without testing it, and that would make me very, very stupid. But that means that I probably did it. Oh, not that. Yeah, of course. Okay, there we go. So I moved my... Oh, it's actually not even going to be in this. It's going to be in TextQuest view. Although... Let's go check this. Make sure I'm not doing... Ha ha ha! There it is. Let's go ahead and say protected override. I'll say base.update. That would be why. Because I didn't test that properly. I changed my my text quest views, which are the base class for all of my menus that have text input. I changed those to use update for their listen for input loop instead of a coroutine, so that they don't generate garbage every time they're opened up. But I didn't test them, because of course I didn't. And that causes problems. But now I fixed it. Alright, I probably should actually look through... Oh crap, of course I hit clear. Look through the warnings real quick, make sure I don't have something else doing that. Like an idiot. Let's see, all the text quest scripts. Let's see, timelines, play particle system. Really? Oh, right, yeah, I need to get rid of that. Let's see, interactions, we don't really care about that, we just care about views, and I think we are good. Maybe. Looks like we're fine. Okay. I am curious as to why this is never used, but it's fine. Hello, Scorpio. Welcome back. How are you doing today? Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and jump back in. And this time, it should work. I'm also curious to know if we'll get that initial lag spike again from hitting continue. Alright, so you can see up here the substances are blue when they're not built yet. And that's what I think is causing the global illumination to tint all of those shadows blue. It's weird, but that's the only really well, not correlation, well, it would be correlation, between the blue tint of the shadows and the substances that I can think of. And again, if I type start here, keep your eye on the shadows in the scene view. If I hit continue, boom. As soon as the player spawns in, blue. And disabling the player does not fix it, so it's not related directly to the player, I don't think. I do know that whenever I spawn the player, I call global or dynamic gi.update environment, I believe, which should force a global illumination update across the entire scene. And here's the even weirder part. Oh, well, this is really weird too. It's actually not blue in here anymore, but it's blue in the hallway, which is infuriating. Pretty good. That's good. How about yourself? Well, I am always, of course... Oh, what the heck? Huh. Okay, well, apparently I need to take a look at this timeline, because it's all kinds of broken. Weird. And this is what happens when you don't play the castle level, the first level in your game for a long time. I'm actually kind of curious to know what changed there. Oh, I bet I know what it is, actually. In any case, we're going to let this play out. I guess I never tell my shake screen to stop playing. Okay. Apparently we need to fix the castle level before I can do anything. This is what happens when you get called into work for 3 days. Okay, let's see, where do I go? I'm going to go to intro, castle. There we go. So I guess the true answer to your question, Scorpio, is not great right now. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I can get this all on track. Let's see, we want to go to, first up, wherever this debug is coming from. Don't really need you. Alright, let's take a look at our cutscenes. It'll open. And we're going to go ahead and grab you. Okay, so we are looking at King Petrification. Actually, no, we're probably looking at Wizard Appears, because that should show the wall. And, of course, we gotta wait for Unity to compile. Ah, sadness. Alright, so let's see. We have Wizard, which does not show up anywhere. Does that mean that I just have it in the parent here? Okay, then. I guess I'm not driving it through this, am I? I'm probably driving it through the actual castle script. Yep. Let's take a look at this, see why it's not working. Alright, so we are looking at the magic wall. Let's go to references here. On thrown triggered. Okay, we call activate. And on the cutscene complete call, we deactivate it. That makes sense. So what shuts it off then? Anyway, I triggered that cutscene because one thing that I did notice back when I was originally trying to get around this blue shadow tint was that after the wizard cutscene, where the wizard blows blows all the torches out, I updated the global illumination in the environment, and it seems to fix the blue tint. So that's why I've always thought that I could just update the dynamic environment GI, but that doesn't seem to actually work, because if that was the case, then it would just make the tint go away as soon as I load it in. But instead, it seems to do the opposite. So we clearly need to find, let's see here, bool, close, activate. Well, where is this called from? No references. Okay, on magic wall positioned. Okay, we call the wizard cutscene, which is listed here. At least it should be. Interesting. So, I mean, that seems right. Let's see, play director. So on cutscene complete should be called whenever that cutscene finishes, which this is the parent cutscene. Oh, of course it's compiling, so we won't be able to go back there. Let's see here. Make sure that callback is actually getting set and not just instantly called. That's not incorrect, Scorpio. Everything kind of is on fire right now. This is why I wanted to actually come back and do some castle stuff today, because we haven't really, well, not we. I have not actually gone back through and looked at it in a while, and clearly things are broken. So I probably should make it a regular habit, at least like once a month, to go back and play the old levels, make sure everything still works. Let's see. So callback. If instance.director coroutines, add director, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And let's go ahead and say, we're going to start that coroutine with the callback, instance.director coroutine, go to definition. We have a callback that happens here. And at the end, we just call it, which must mean that it thinks that its director.duration is 0? Thank you for the cheer, Scorpio. Back on top. I think Sky was giving you a run for your money there, or your bits, your cheers, cheer bits. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. I very much appreciate it. Also, before I forget, because I always forget, probably going to be doing a lot of coding today. What else can I put up there? Probably coding is good. Maybe design? We'll just stick with coding for now. Okay, so I am guessing that this duration here is being interpreted as 0. I'm going to debug this. Debug.log, duration. I'm also going to go ahead and really quick debug this to make sure that it is getting called when I expect it is. Debug.log, test. And call that one test. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and play in the scene and see what happens here. That's interesting, though. I wonder why it thinks its duration is 0. And I'm also actually, before I do anything else, I should probably put a debug.log end there. And I suppose we'll also say plus director.name so that I know exactly which one ended, just to be sure. Because it ends almost instantly, which is kind of unexpected. Well, alright. While that's compiling, trying to think of anything exciting that's happening in the gaming world right now. Oh, I guess quick announcement before I forget. In March, I'm going to be going to GDC, which is out in California. So for a week and a half, I'm not going. Well, probably just a flat 2 weeks, admittedly. Well, it's a week and a half. I'm not going to be doing any dev streams because I will be out in California and therefore away from my computer and unable to do dev streams. Um, I'll still be on Discord and Twitter and all that, so I'll still be trying to communicate with everyone, keep up, and say hi. But I don't know how busy I'm going to be. I'm going to be pretty busy. I do know that, but I don't know what my free time will be like, if any exists during GDC. Um, so that's about 2.5 weeks out, just as a heads up. All right. So and here's the annoying part. So you can see all the shadows look fine right now, and that's because those substances are built. They're built if you look at the scene in the editor, which is actually why the first time I ever ran into that bug, I was completely caught off guard. Okay. Oh yeah. I forgot about the Todd Rogers thing. Okay, so there it is. Test got called and End Castle Wizard happened, which is incredibly unlikely because it's playing right there. Okay. Duration is 27.5, which means that it... What? Then how is it done? Oh, hello. What are you doing, huh? Why would I do it like that? Why would I care? Okay, let's get rid of that. Oh, you know what it is? I bet I put that in there in case you skipped cutscenes, but you can't really do that in Text Quest, so I'm not too worried about that. I mean, this timeline manager thing is in common, if I'm not mistaken, yeah. But that's fine. I'll probably write a better version of it later on anyway. So I'm just going to comment that line out, because that could be a bug in Unity right now. But yeah, the Todd Rogers thing was kind of sad. It's always disappointing when you hear about someone who's held a record in games for a long time and find out that they're fake. Yeah, I heard about the Billy Mitchell thing. I didn't hear exactly what it was, but I heard that it was that he had committed some kind of fraud for the scores. Um, yeah, that's also frustrating. Um, and Billy Mitchell is an interesting case because he actually does have pretty good skill. He's got a couple of records in a few different games, and he's legitimately a good gamer. Like he has a really good skill ceiling. In fact, what was it? There's a story about him when Twin Galaxies first gathered a lot of world champions, like people who had records. At least maybe not world champions, but at least in the U.S. I think had a bunch of records for games, and someone had like an impossibly high score in Centipede that they had reported, and Billy Mitchell knew that score was impossible pretty much, and he challenged the guy just to a Centipede playoff, and he beat the guy hands down and proved the guy a fraud. So it's not like he's lying that he's able to do those things, but yeah, it is unfortunate that he did technically cheat on that stuff. Um, yeah, it's been a very disappointing couple of weeks for retro gaming. All right. Oh crap! Wait, what? Why did that happen? Oh, thanks Unity. So you guys probably are hearing that like normal, but you might also hear it through my speaker or through my microphone because I forgot to turn off Unity before I started my stream. And there we go. Yeah, that fixed it. I probably should honestly move that stuff into the timeline anyway, so that it's not controlled half through timeline, half through um, awkward scripting. Holy crap! What is going on with our whatever? Seems like we were hitting a bit of a frame rate issue. Okay, so that seems to be working again. So I'm gonna go ahead and... Oh crap, I forgot to fix that. So we're gonna be shaking forever. Let's fix that real quick. So we want Wizard Escape, I believe. Let's see. Effects, Explosion. Where did I put that? sound, laughter, that's all fine. Is it in the castle? No? Huh! Where's my screen shake? Play particle system. Explosion. Play particle system clip. Ah! There we are. We're gonna call that screen shake. Well, they won't do much to Billy. He's a huge cache support to Twin Galaxies. Yeah, that's true. And it wasn't. Was it all of his scores, or was it just quite a few? Okay. So we want this. Oh, you know what this is? Freaking really Unity. Okay. So this was because I tried to be too smart for my own good. And with my screen shake stuff, what I tell it to do is it should shake as long as the, well, no, that doesn't actually make sense. Hold on, let's go to the screen shake behavior. There it is. So I just start the shake on end, and then well, no, that's also weird because it has a shake duration, which should be the duration of the clip. Interesting. And I gave that a duration. Oh, hello. Why didn't you show up? That's interesting. Let's find out. Was it because you aren't set? Oh, no. It's because I just do that. Okay. Huh. Okay. Well, then I am going to go ahead and debug this. Debug.log duration. I want to know that that's not like 10 or 27 or something stupid. Excuse me. Had to sneeze. I think just DK and Donkey Kong Jr. for now. Okay. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, like I said, he's clearly skilled. Just it's kind of a shame that that he didn't quite stick to the rules. So it's like when you have I assume this is what it's like for sports fans when their favorite athlete gets an asterisk next to their Hall of Fame entry. Not that Billy Mitchell is my favorite or anything like that. I guess I don't really have a favorite high score player in games, but he was at least a pretty popular, well-known one, so it's kind of a shame to see it. Okay, so we're going to go through that cutscene again, and this time we will definitely see what it thinks its duration is. What is up with that? You'll notice that we get a very slight, well, it might be hard to see on stream, but we have a very, very slight lag that occurs whenever the magic wall appears. I don't quite know what it is. It's very strange, but I notice it when I'm playing because there's like a 1 frame, I think, lag. It's so weird hearing the audio from my speakers and not from my headset. I also apologize if there's an echo. So, okay, that screen shake is really bad. Oh. Hold on. That's not the same one. It's infinity! Oh! It's infinity! Okay. No. No. What the hell? How... I'm kind of curious. How do you think you're infinity? Huh. Well, I'm a little at a loss here. I've not seen that before. Also gonna actually move this screen shake out. Because I think it makes more sense for it to be its own thing rather than be included in the magic. Okay, so I might be able to debug this to see its duration. Well, actually, no, I should be able to see. Don't tell me that it's infinity if it ends the freaking... No way. Because this should be its duration, but duration with a little d is actually kind of a weird thing. So if we go over here and peak definition, this is part of the actual playable asset script. And I'm going to be really, really upset if, you know what, I'm going to try this. I'm going to set it to 0.5 and then to 1. So maybe it just needed to be reset, and then we're going to save and try this again. If that doesn't fix it, then either there's only two possibilities I can think of. One, it's a bug. Two, which I really hope it's not two, any clip that ends the timeline has a duration of infinity because the timeline uses that end duration as the marker for its own end. Which, oh geez, I really hope that's not the case. Okay, so we're going to say open. It's so weird not hearing anything through my headset. Alright. So let's see what happens. Oh, interesting. It also looks like our wizards are not despawning. Man, I don't know what happened, but this first cutscene just ate it. Got royally messed up. Seriously. What the heck is going on there? Okay. God, that is ridiculous. Yep. Okay, so it's just infinity. Okay. I want to do one more check. Not duration, duration. I don't really know what I can do to get around that. I could make, I don't want to do that, but I could make playable asset, well, screenshot clip instead of deriving from playable asset, I could make it derive from SOS playable asset, which would give me, I mean, it'd have a little bit of extra features that I don't really need, but it would at least allow me to debug the duration a little bit more easily. I'm also going to go ahead and get rid of some of these durations because I don't need these anymore. Get rid of you because you are functioning now. Get rid of test here. Alright. Let that compile. And then we should be able to replay again. I'm just curious to know why it thinks its duration is infinity. That's a really weird thing to see. Alright. Let's turn on warnings again. It's always good to get warnings, otherwise you miss some things that you think are just completely innocuous, and then they turn out to bring your entire UI system to its knees. At least if the beginning of this Devstream is anything to indicate. Alright. Also, I'm kind of curious. Hold on, let me see if it saved it. Oh! Huh. Oh, I guess I didn't actually set that up. I probably should set up more timers for my chatbot, because it does not really have a ton of things that it does automatically. I set up a command for Discord now, so if people are curious about the Discord link, you can always just type !Discord, and it will make a new one. Well, not make a new one, it'll make an existing one. Well, use an existing one, I suppose. Okay, so let's find out if it doubles up. That's so weird. It didn't used to do that. Huh. Timeline is a fickle thing when it's, I guess, the first timeline that you ever did. I really don't want to redo this timeline. Alright. It's just going to be infinity forever, isn't it? It's just infinity forever. Fine. Great. I guess that means I just have to freaking... Jeez. There. That should make this pretty much impossible. So if I go to duration here, clip duration itself is now something that is set automatically. So we should be able to see this. Oh crap, it's hidden in the expector. Hidden in in inspector. That is the hardest thing for me to say, apparently. So I'm going to uncomment that hide in the hide attribute there, and then I'm going to look at the actual clip here, because that will give me an actual good value that I can look at in the editor. Aha! It does work! Thank you for testing that. I actually had not tested it, so I'm glad that it does work. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at this, and I'm going to try to debug it, although I don't actually know if it will let me see it. Yeah, and this is the problem, right, is that I have this manual duration thing, which is really annoying. Okay, duration. Right, and it doesn't actually... of course not. Alright, although I might be able to grab you, and I still can't debug you. So, what's the point? Fine. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do that again, and we are going to, I guess, well, the problem is that actually doesn't help me any, because all that is a fancy wrapper for this. Oh, but I guess I set the duration, so that should be fine then. And if that still fails out, I'm going to try one more thing, and then I'm just going to resort to the brute force method, which will be input a standard, oh my god, there, duration that I want it to go for, which is probably not a bad idea anyway. I'm mostly just curious to know why it thinks it's an infinite duration. Alright, let's go ahead and turn off preview. Maximize on play, go through this again. Yeah, I need to do a better job of talking about the Discord and getting people interested in keeping up with the community, because I am not the best at that. And obviously, the Text Quest community will not grow if I do not try to foster growth. Okay, so let's go ahead and run up here. Aha, there's a wall there. It's really hard to hear sound effects through the speakers because I have my headphones on, which muffle everything, but I can hear that it's happening, and it sounds really weird like this. Freaking hell. Gotta fix that, I guess. It's funny that it just stays there forever. And that time we got a duration of frickin' 0. Are you serious? Why do I even try? Alright. We're going to get rid of that. I'm just going to add some new stuff. So I'm going to say private float. How do I want to phrase this? I could say manual duration is equal to 0f. Let's go ahead and add a tooltip to this. Well, thank you for following. I'm going to try to get this right. Super desconocido. I'm terrible with names, I apologize. But thank you for following. Also, welcome to the Devstream. Alright, so I'm going to give this a tooltip, and we're going to say duration, well, if 0, this is terrible. I'm terrible at coming up with tooltips. If 0, we'll use the clip duration. And that's actually going to be the second part of that. First part should probably be duration, how long to shake the screen. If 0, we'll use clip duration. Okay. So let's go ahead and let that compile. That should fix our issue, because now it will no longer just hard set use the duration. I can tell it to use like 1 second. It's annoying that I had to add a workaround like that, but bright side is that means that this this shake screen clip is a little bit more versatile. Alright, I'm going to also go ahead and, actually, you know what, we're going to change this. So I need to say manual duration is less than or equal to 0f. If that's the case, then it's going to use duration. Otherwise, it's going to use manual duration. Okay, let's go ahead and let that compile. Make a new emote with a text quest version of the logo. Which logo? Chris is definitely a Spanish major. Yeah. No, I am terrible at Romance languages. I can't roll my R's. So any sort of Latin-based languages that I try to speak is just doomed to failure. I can't. Nope. I don't even know how you roll your tongue. Like I lack the muscle. Ah. Oh, no, I can't do it. And I am seriously trying. Like I cannot roll my tongue. I think the closest I ever got was like and it sounds like I'm choking on bile. I'm also not that great at the really harsh languages, you know, the ones that have a lot of like or whatever. I think German is kind of like that, and Arabic is definitely like that. And what the heck? What is happening here? That was interesting. Does enter not work? Oh, well, look at that. Okay, gotta fix that. Hitting enter does not work. Try saying pero. Like pero. No, I can't do it. I pronounce it as pero, but yeah, I can't roll my R's. My apologies. I was about to ask you to say it, and then I'm like, I can't hear you though, so that doesn't really help me. What? Timeout? Oh, dang it. It's because I forgot to set it. I let it compile and I forgot to change it. Oy. Great job. Was it that bad? Or, let's see here. Let's go to Wizard Escapes. I gotta change this duration. Manual Oh, right. Let's make that 1. And I will also go ahead and come over here to King Petrification. I actually, freaking, come on, let's go over here. Let's see here. I'm going to turn off preview. Okay, so it's not there during that. Body. Okay. So this is, what we want is here, we want it to, instead of hold, we want it to also revert. Let's go ahead and make that inactive. And we should be good otherwise. So let's go ahead and save this and try running it again. Also, Super, what brings you to the Devstream? Just randomly browsing through Twitch? I always like to know where people come from, because I assume that most of the time people stumble upon this stream, what with my utter lack of fame and personality and streaming skill. I was going to say like streamability, but I mean, I guess that's technically a concept. All right. So we're going to let this go through. Are you kidding me? It didn't do it. What the heck? I feel like these timelines got corrupted or something because they're not doing what I would expect. Because that wizard should be gone. I don't know what would prevent it from being so, but it really should be gone. Alright, so that time the screen shake actually worked the way I wanted it to. Got about 1 second out of it, and everything looks pretty decent after that. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and try to fix this thing, because you should go away. You should not be there. There's my pause. And real quick, I'm actually also going to select, of course you selected through him. Mostly sailing across the Twitch creative. Makes sense, makes sense. Are you a developer yourself, or do you just like watching people do stuff in creative? Oh, well thank you. If you're curious, and I think I fixed this, I don't know if this will actually work yet. I haven't tried it. Alright, it does! So I made some minor alterations to that. In any case, if you're curious about the game, there's actually a demo up on the website, um, which I really need to get the HTTPS certificate stuff done, because I don't like sending out HTTP events, well, HTTP URLs. But there's the demo up on the website if you're curious. It's like 30 minutes-ish, depending on how well you play these games. Because I've had people go for as long as an hour, and I've had people go as short as 15 minutes, I think, on the first time. Alright, so this is the wizard formation, which should be shut off, but something must be turning it back on. Let's see, I'm going to go ahead and collapse all of this. Do I have anything referencing that? I don't, which means that it's going to be in our timeline, and if we go over to wizard appears, how this should work is wizard formation should be active for as long as this cutscene goes, and then as soon as the next one kicks in, it should just be disabled. And what we should do after that is we would enable this wizard right here, and if we go back to wizard appears, you can see that wizard formation turns on, and then if we stop previewing, it goes off, which makes sense, right? Because it's done. It should be finished. I'm wondering if maybe having... Well, no, that doesn't make sense. I was going to say maybe having cutscenes within cutscenes can lead to some interesting results, but I don't know why that would be the case, because the way I control cutscenes like this, I have one timeline that has sub-timelines kind of in it. And I don't like working where all of the timeline stuff is in one big timeline. I feel like that makes things a little too centralized and cluttered. It makes it a lot easier to compartmentalize specific chunks of the timeline so that I can slide them around and move them to where I want. And I'm wondering if maybe because these cutscenes... Well, no, but these are just clips referencing that stuff, so it shouldn't really matter. But why don't they stop? We don't have any wrap mode. Maybe I should set the wrap modes to hold. That does seem to be the only one that wasn't set to hold, so let's try that. Go ahead and save. Go back to the scene. We're going to do this one more time, run through. If the wizard goes away like he should, we're going to go back to the splash screen and then take it from there, because that's where we see the substance errors. Although I really hope that I don't have to close Unity and then reopen it to actually make that stuff show up. Although if I did that, then I would actually get the sound effects coming out of the right speakers. So, for those who ever do any sort of Unity work, if you change your default output device for audio while Unity is open, Unity will not respect you, and it will still use the default device that was set when it was first opened. It's very annoying. Just watch, but thinking about learning programming after this semester. Okay. Do you already do, like, design work, or are you thinking about just picking up programming as, like, your first foray into, I guess not necessarily gaming. Seriously? Why do I even bother? Why do you continue to annoy me? I'm going to try and do something. And you know what that thing is? It's going to be simply doing this. I'm going to add a new activation track, drag this up here. We're going to delete this one, and I'm just going to reassign it. I'm really annoyed that I have to do it like that. And if that works, if that fixes it, I'm going to be really mad. Because I don't really see why it would continue to exist. It should be just immediately shut off as soon as its cutscene ends. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Oh yes, and we're also going to want to, let me see if clicking works. Clicking works, but hitting enter doesn't. So weird. Okay, let's hit open. Alright, so now to see if we get double wizards. I see wizard doubles. Of course we do. Okay, great. I'm gonna try something that I really didn't want to do, which is forcing it to shut off. Let's go to the timeline again. I'm gonna go to, instead of Wizard Appears, I'm gonna go to Wizard. I'm sorry, King Petrification. I'm gonna make sure that I don't have something else really turning it on. Does not seem to be the case. Make sure that that's not the case. So, body. Looks like we're good there. Because the only thing I can think of is that for some reason something else is turning it on. And I don't really know what would do that. So I don't think that's the case. Which means that I'm going to just do this. I'm going to add a new activation track here. And inside of this, I'm going to make this last one frame. And all it's going to do is just immediately shut off the freaking wizard formation. It's going to be inactive after that. Let's see what happens. Alright, let's go through this scene again. Ah, yeah, that is pretty late. Well, thanks for stopping by, Super. Hopefully next time I will be able to pronounce your name correctly. Oh, I guess I should have said day instead of des. Shouldn't I have? I think it's the conocido that gets me. In any case, thanks for stopping by. And good luck with your programming, should you choose to pick it up. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, open this door, and let's see what happens here. I'm going to be very upset. I'm willing to bet, because I'm always upset. I always gotta be upset. It's my default state. Okay, so I can force it off, but I can't just leave it alone. But it's weird, because that's the only thing that seems busted from the first cutscene. And now we're going to see, actually, if it turns itself back on at the end of this cutscene. And if it does, I will be incredibly annoyed. Okay, good. What the heck? Something else has to be turning it on then, I would think. I don't know why it does that to me. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go back to the splash screen and take it from there. Let's see. Splash fade. Okay, so this time we should get incorrect shadows, and we should also get the cutscene updating global illumination across the board to let me show you how that fixes shadows, kind of. Oops. Okay. Start. Oh, and this is going to be interesting. Okay. I didn't think about that. So you'll notice that the main menu did not show this castle level in the background right away. That is because I've set it up to wait for the substances to start building, but I guess there's no reason to think that the player can't just start mashing C. Oh, thank you for subscribing again, Scorpio. I will try very hard to live up to your monies. I don't know why I ran back in there. Because I know I need to try and make sure that everyone gets their value out. See, so you can see that it was kind of hard. Well, you might not have noticed it, but there was a huge purple shift as soon as all the magic came up, and that's because magic gives off its own emission. And that's why we're getting all this purple, because it's using emissive materials to tint everything. And because it's using emissive materials, I set it to update the global illumination in the scene. Now, I don't know why I... Oh. Well, isn't that interesting? Enter just does not work. Well, fortunately, I does. So I'm going to go ahead and say SOS and C. Okay, I'm going to fly through here. So this is still blue. This area is now purple because it has magic. And I think these are all going to be... What the heck? Ah, jeez. Nothing works the way I expect it to anymore. Thanks, Unity. Okay, so it seems like the bedroom is not blue. I'm actually kind of curious to know if that means that it's just the hallway now. It did used to be the whole level. I am not crazy. I swear it used to be the entire level that tinted blue. So I'm going to go ahead and stop playing. We're going to start playing again, and then as soon as we drop into the level and everything's blue, I'm just going to fly through over to the bedroom, make sure that it's tinted blue. Well, right now I'm using Twitch Prime and getting the free trial for 1 day to resub on it. All right, all right. Spend too much on eBay. Oh, see, there's your problem. You got to start spending money on Amazon because they own Twitch now. Get your money's worth. Well, thank you, William. Hello, everyone. Hello, Cheer Train. You are going to see some fun blue shadows today. And by fun, I mean not very fun. And by not very fun, I mean I'm going to be very mad for most of this stream. So I apologize. Alright, so we're going to fly through, see if... Huh! It's just the hallway! What the heck? Why would it just be the hallway? Okay, so the problem we're looking at right now is, for some reason, I guess only the hallway now, tints blue whenever you play. And, right, enter doesn't work. It's so jarring to not have that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and show everyone what this is. So this has something to do with substances inside of Unity, which substances are a procedural material that allows you to basically make textures in a way that they will be generated at runtime, so they're not stored on your device. That reduces file size, and can let you do some cool effects. And I mainly use it so that people can adjust the resolution that they want textures to generate at. But you can see here, I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to pause. That all of my shadows seem to be really dark, and that makes me think that for some reason global illumination just is not set up correctly whenever we load into a level. But it gets even worse because you'll notice that right now all the shadows in the hallway they're dark, but they're correct. They actually look like shadows. But as soon as we hit play, boop, they're blue. And we got to fix that because shadows aren't blue, and that's not a good thing. So I'm going to... This is going to be weird. Actually, you know what? We're going to do a little experiment. I'm going to go to the sewer real quick, and then I'm going to go upstairs, back to the castle. And if I'm correct, all the shadows in the bedroom should be blue. If I'm wrong, I will look like a fool, and the shadows will still be blue in the hallway, and not in the bedroom or the throne room, and then I will be at a loss because I will not know what it's doing. Yeah, but I let it give me a 30-day free trial. Use it to resub, then cancel it to keep the resub, and they give me another free trial almost instantly. That's pretty smart. I wouldn't have thought of that. Oh, that was a shadow artifact, I think I saw in the corner there. Oh, you son of a... Okay, well, let's see. Flying through here, and don't be blue. Okay, it's not blue. Why is it not blue? Okay, so... thank you, Cache Override, for following. So, I don't really know what I'm doing, apparently. This is curious. Curious. Now, Chris. No bad language. Did I say something? Did I swear? I honestly didn't think I swore. I apologize if I did. So the shadows are... Oh, you know what? I bet it probably is because the sewer level might update some of the textures that are used here. In which case, that actually makes it invalid. Crap. Well, this is interesting. I'm going to... Can I come up with a tool for this? I honestly don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and jump over to the splash screen again. And what we're going to do is we're going to load into the castle, and I'm going to try to force the dynamic GI to update. And if that doesn't work, it might be because I have to force the mesh itself that's being affected to update. That's going to be really bad if that's the case, but we'll see what happens there. I'm pretty sure that it's going to put me in the castle, right, because it's going to put me in the bedroom, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to put me in the bedroom. Okay, so shadows, they seem to be right. A little darker than I would expect. Let's look for SOS and see. Okay, and now it's blue. It's blue over here, but only over here. Great. All right. I'm going to go ahead and say SOS GI. Dang it. I forgot what my code is. Let's find out. Let's see. Parser commands, custom parser commands. Yeah, you're not going to be very nice about this, are you? Oh, right, because it's in the dictionary. Dictionary. Let's see. Refresh GI. That's what it's called. Refresh GI. Okay, so that should have updated the dynamic GI for the level, and you can see that it didn't really do anything in there. I'm wondering if that's because we have to update the individual meshes, which means we're going to have to figure this out. Let's see if I can manually do this. Oh, interesting. Curious. So this red tint, I've never really understood why it does that for substances sometimes. It's not consistent. Is that true for like all of it? It seems to be true for all of them. Thanks, Unity. That's not at all worrying. Yeah, I am feeling blue. Although maybe red would be a little bit more appropriate. Well, thank you for catching me. I certainly try to keep it very family friendly here, despite the fact that I occasionally just throw out, pretty much any swear word that I feel like. So, I wonder, let's see, dynamic occluded, is there something I can do to force this? No. Well, why? Let's take a look at our lighting. Do we have anything interesting in here? Not particularly. Okay. I think we're gonna have to come up with a quick tool. I honestly don't know how I'm going to be able to do this. I've never added a context command to an existing component before. I don't think I can do that. So I'm unfortunately going to have to do this the only way I know how, which will be to create an editor script real quick. Well, an editor window, kind of. Just because I want to try this. So let's go ahead and collapse this, reopen it, go to scripts. Where is my editor? You're somewhere around here, unless I put it. Did I put it here? I put it here because I'm an idiot. Let's see, scripts. We'll go ahead and do a. Should I put it in utility? No, we'll put it down here. So create folder. I'm going to call this just test for now. All right, we're going to create a C# script. I'm going to call this mesh GI window. And all this is going to be is a quick tool that we're going to drag a mesh into, and then I'm going to force its GI to update. That's pretty much all I'm going to do. Doesn't it pop something up if you swear in the parser? Yes, if you try to swear in the parser, it comments and says, such language! Because obviously this is a classy game. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and say using Unity Editor. We're going to make this derive from editor window. Come down here, I'm going to say public static void show window. Menu item. And we're just going to say, we'll say window, if I could spell window, SOS text quest, and then we'll just say mesh GI. So for those who have never done editor scripting inside of Unity, what I'm creating is basically something like an inspector. So one of those, like the hierarchy or project, I'm making a dockable window that can do something specific. And what I'm going to have this do is it's going to have a field. So I'm going to say private. I think it takes a mesh renderer. Although I guess I should probably, let's see, dynamic GI dot update environment. Nope, materials. There it is. Oh, interesting. That is obsolete now. Well, interesting. So if I give that a renderer, is that really not? Well, yeah, that's not going to work because of reasons. Here, let's go ahead and come down here. Private void update mesh. Wow, my typing is terrible tonight. So that is deprecated. Instead, use extension method from renderer extensions. Huh? Really? I can just tell it to update its GI now? Huh? Well, look at that. Well, that's kind of nice. Can I do that from the context menu now? No, I can't. Well, I still have to do this then. That's fine. So we're just going to say, let's see. Can we code that into chat so that if we do, the bot comes up and says that? I can try that. I honestly don't know. I can look into that. I don't know what that's going to be like, but I can try that. Actually, that would be pretty funny. I only know it says something when you do because I played Sierra mode before and raged every time I have. Yeah, there's probably a lot of swearing that goes on in there. I probably should have a counter that like ticks up, and after you hit like 100 or something, it comments. Because there's no reason that I can't keep track of that. Okay, so for this, we're just going to say get window, mesh GI window dot show. I'm going to give it the name of mesh GI. Oh, sorry, I did that wrong. Move that over here. Okay, that name there gives it the title. That's the title of the tab that it will have. And then we're going to need to say down here, private void on GUI. And then I'm just going to say renderer is equal to editor GUI layout dot object field renderer. Oh, I guess we'll probably say type of. Wow, I cannot type. Type of renderer. Okay, and we're going to say true there. And then, of course, we're going to need to say new GUI content, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we'll say renderer. Make this just a regular old renderer. And then make this renderer with a capital R. Okay, and then I just need to say if GUI layout, not layer, layout dot button. Just kind of making a quick and dirty editor tool. We'll just say update GI, and then we'll say update mesh. And I'm just going to be real lazy and say if renderer is equal to null, GUI.enabled is equal to false, and then we'll just say GUI.enabled is equal to true. Yeah, I've been... Yeah, secret achievement. That could be pretty funny. Yeah, I've actually been... I mean, I've debated doing stuff like having a character that you can swear at, and they'll do something if you do. But it's hard to tell, actually. I don't know if I can do that and get away with it. Because part of the thing I'm aiming for is a E for everyone rating. A lot of that's going to be because, you know, obviously with this aesthetic, I can't really do anything that looks hyper-violent. I mean, I can, and I can get away with it. It's like robots in cartoons, you know? Whenever you have really violent scenes in cartoons, you can have as many robot deaths as you want, and it's perfectly fine, because they're just robots. And by having everything be characters, like literally letters, I can get away with ridiculous violence or things like... But I don't know about things like swearing. So I've tried my best to avoid implementing that as a mechanic. Just because I don't want to have to tell the ESRB that, yes, if you swear profusely like a sailor at the game, it will give you a reward. But then again, as long as the game itself doesn't swear, it's probably fine. Okay, so we are going to... hold on. I might not actually... Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and turn off Maximize on Play because I need to be able to see stuff. We're going to continue... Go ahead and say SOS no clip. world. Whee! Okay. Wait, I think... Huh. I think I can hit enter once. And then it just fails every time. That's interesting. Not sure what happened there. But... Well, thank you. I want to say Scowlin. Because the 5 isn't like an S. And I hope I got that right. So it's either Scowlin or 5 Cowlin. So, either way, thank you for following. That's true. I try to keep a mind out for how people will react if I have the game swear back at them. I've thought about doing that too, and I'm like, maybe that would be the funny 100 times thing. Anyway, so let's go up here to Window. I'm gonna go to, let's see, Sleepy Out. Oh, I did SOS, Text Quest, Mesh GI. All right. So we're going to put this right here. I'm gonna go ahead and drag in the mesh renderer for our walls here, and I'm gonna hit update GI. It fixed it! Ah, no, that's bad. Okay, so, oh wait, no, it didn't fix it. Well, maybe it did. It's hard to tell, because it definitely shifted tint. So let's go ahead, if I hit update GI again, okay, so it doesn't fix it that time. Is it happening to the external walls too? It's really hard to tell. Ceilings should also be getting it, as I think floors will too. So let's go ahead and grab those. So I'm going to drag this in. Keep an eye on the ceiling here. Okay, that time it didn't do anything. But what about the bottom? Let's try this one. Okay, that one definitely did something. So, I'm going to try the carpet. I think it did something. It's hard to tell, though. So, yeah, more or less, now everything kind of looks normal. It looks like we have a little bit of residual shadows. I don't really know why those are like that. I'll try updating the grass and the exterior wall, see if that fixes it next. I'm mostly just curious why, like what in the world is causing this problem. So let's go ahead and move out. You can see that we still have some blue coming out, which is what makes me think it might be the grass outside. That'd be weird, but you never know. Okay, so I'm going to drag this. Keep an eye on the blue here. Oh my, what the heck? Of course. So, I think that probably fixes all of my shadow problems. Well, I don't... Okay, let's try playing again. This time I'm just going to refresh the grass first. This is really annoying, because that means that in order to get around this bug, I have to update certain objects, but I have no way of knowing what objects those are. I don't want to update every object in the scene. And it's made even worse by the fact that like everything seems fine until we load in all the way. I don't know what's happening there. So we hit start again. We hit continue. Okay, so you'll notice that it's happening over here. It's just not happening inside here, which is interesting. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try dragging in the grass again. Fixes it right up. And it seems like No, surely not. That's got to be a coincidence. I was going to say, like, it's almost... I'm a little concerned that the hallway is happening because this is tinted blue for my level zone. But that can't be right? Because that's a gizmo. That's not a thing. Surely gizmos are not affecting the actual lighting. That cannot be a thing. But now I'm paranoid enough that I'm going to try that. So let's go back over to intro castle. I'm going to change that gizmo color to be like purple. Because I think I have yellow. Oh no, I guess I'm already using purple. Fine, I'll make it red. Alright, let's see here. I want to go to zones. I'm already using red. Okay, I'll make it orange. Oh wow, it did not like me sliding that. Okay. Let's go for, yeah, like that color. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to save. I'm going to try running the scene again. If it tints orange, I will freak out because I have no idea what's going on there. Let's go to other, splash fade. Let's see. You can still get an E rating from the SRB with infrequent use of mild language. Yeah, but I feel like the F-bomb is, like, just saying fuck is enough to get you right up to a T. I feel like that's one of those things where you can't really get around that. It's kind of like, what is it? In movies, you can still get a PG-13 rating if you say either, well, I don't think you can say the F word. I think you can say shit once, and then it's fine. But if you do it any more than once, I think you just immediately go up to like an R rating, which is weird, but you know, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to hit continue. Okay, everything is still broken. And it's still blue, so it's just a coincidence that it's blue. In which case, I'm going to set it back to being blue because I don't like orange. I much prefer blue. So we're going to say 0 there, 0 and 255. Okay. Huh. Is it something to do with these meshes specifically? Because, I mean, every other section seems fine. It's weird that it's the ground outside and then the hallway. I don't know why that would only affect those particular areas. It's really odd. Okay, let's see. You get one of any swear word at PG-13, but it may be flexible. I don't think 2 swear words automatically makes it an R rating. Maybe it's a coincidence, because I don't think I've ever heard in a PG-13 movie shit or fuck more than once. I don't even think I've heard the F word at all in a PG-13 movie. I feel like that's one where the MPAA is just like, nope, R, right away. And then George Carlin rolls over in his grave. Okay, so what to do about this? This is very distressing. I mean, one solution is to brute force this. So I can just grab all of these meshes and force them to update. I really don't want to do that, especially because because it doesn't happen every time. It's really annoying. I don't fully understand why it doesn't happen every time. Well, no. My assumption there is actually the second time is the substances are built and therefore they don't cause that problem. And this is an issue that only arises because those substances are not finished building or haven't started building before the level is loaded. That's what makes it so weird. It's like the lighting in the level is set as soon as the level comes in, and nothing I do to update it will work unless I apparently individually update the meshes that are affected. And there's no way that I could retrieve that value very easily, which is very annoying. So let's go ahead. I'm going to jump back here to Splash Fade. And I want to test something. So let's go ahead and show an Explorer. This is going to be fun. We're going to go to Text Quest. I'm going to go to Saves. I'm going to manually edit. Oh, crap, I can't. I was going to manually edit my save file, but they're encrypted, so I can't do that easily. Well, that's not ideal. I was going to basically just have it load us into the planes, which I guess I can do just by going there first. So let's go to the plains real quick. Because I'm wondering if the plains level has this problem. Because the castle is the only level I think that I've noticed this on. But it's also hard to tell in other levels because other levels have a fairly they're outdoors, and the sewer level is floating in a black void because well it's underground, so it doesn't have that external factor. But the plains level does, as does the canyon actually. So either one will work. So we're going to transition to the canyon, and then I'm going to quit and load into the main menu, which should say that we were in the canyon last, and therefore it should try to load the canyon. All right, so we're going to run over. I don't know why I don't have maximize on play on. I feel like I should. Let's see. I think it's just a coincidence. Yeah, that could be. Yeah, I really should have like statuses for him. I actually have eye animations for him, but I don't use them yet, and I don't really feel the need to because I wear glasses, so they would kind of be hidden. All right, so we're gonna let this go through, and once this is done, we're just going to quit out. So let's go ahead and quit, quit, quit. Okay, that was interesting. I don't know why we got shown the title screen. That was a little distressing. Okay, so we're here. Nothing really looks out of place. What the heck? Ah, maybe the castle substances are really old, and that causes problems. Like I wonder if I update them in Substance Designer, if that will fix the problem. Well, let's give it a shot. Might as well. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and open up Substance Designer, and I guess I'm also gonna go ahead and jump over to all of my substances there. Substance, environment, intro. Let's go ahead and close this. I'm probably going to have to sign in. Let's see. Do that. Yes. Probably shouldn't have shown that on screen or on stream. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go to substance. I'm going to go ahead and open my castle substances. I guess in this case we're mainly going to want the wall and the carpet and the tile. I think those are the three that we want. So let's see, castle wall. This is the one we want, right? Yep, that's the one we want. Okay. Yeah, so this is a pretty significant update. Hopefully nothing breaks. All right, everything looks good. Looks good. Pump that up to 1K. Looks pretty decent. Also, did I become Australian? I didn't think I did. Let's see. Yep, that all looks good. All right, we're just going to go ahead and export that. Save. I guess actually I can make sure that I have standardized values here. Color base. Okay. That looks good. Let's go ahead and export that. We're just going to call it castle wall. SBSAR. That's all fine. Oh, actually, hold on. Did that go to where I think it went? Oh, it almost went to the wrong place. I was going to say, why didn't it prompt me? We want to go to intro here, castle. Okay. So we're going to let that go, and let's just check if that fixes it. All right, next, we're going to want to find castle wall. I really don't like that my previews are red. Let's go ahead and show and explore. Drag this over. Okay. All right. So those should be updated now. Let's go ahead and jump back to the splash screen. Oh, frack. You know what's really annoying is that the save files are going to go to planes. So we're just going to start a new file. It'll do the same thing. Had a really bad Australian accent. Well, I have to admit I don't think I have a good Australian accent. Uh, Pretty sure that I could not try to pass for an Australian if my life depended on it. Unless really bad Crocodile Dundee style impressions are fine. Let's see. We're gonna go to new game. Yep, normal or right-handed, green, yellow. Yes and yes. Okay. So we should get blue textures. Well, blue shadows. And if we... Okay, so it's not that. Yeah. So it's not just a... Well, it's not an obsolete substance version issue. I was really hoping that was the case, but that doesn't seem to be it. It's really annoying. How much can I get just by updating the actual the grass? I'm curious. So I'm gonna grab the grass here, pull in our mesh renderer for that. I mean, it's the hallway. It's the hallway. Why don't I play through Sierra mode for once? Because no one will ever see the solutions to Sierra mode, as far as I'm concerned. I will hide that stuff forever. Well, at least until I get my spoiler thing up, and then, in which case, I'm perfectly happy to play it, because all you guys will be able to see is a giant spoiler tag and then me dancing, probably. But great. So let's go ahead and stop this real quick. It looks like we're getting really noticeable blue in here too. Wow, it's back. Okay. So if you'll remember, this was not blue in here for a while. That's really bad. Wow, it's so bad that it actually tints the color of my fresco. That fresco is supposed to be yellow. Okay. Well. Jeez. Let's try real quick. Oop, I forgot that doesn't work. We're going to try SOS refresh GI. Nope. It has to do the meshes, huh? Well, good luck. You're gonna have a hard time figuring out Sierra mode. It is intentionally obtuse. Okay, so man, this is really frustrating. That means that this is actually gonna be blue too now, isn't it? Yep. So now this scene is blue. Funny that. So that gives me that's even worse. So there are three distinct states for the blue tinting. There is loading into the scene without any preloading whatsoever. So no substances were loaded. The level wasn't loaded in the background and then refreshed when we came in. And in that case, it seems like everything in the scene is just blue. Like no getting around that. Freaking gonna fix that next. And if we have a partial load, it looks like only the hallway is affected. And finally, if we load in after loading into the sewer level, then it seems like the castle is completely fine, which presumably is because I think the sewer level will load the castle levels substances. So I don't know why this is happening. I know how to fix it. I don't want to fix it that way, but I can, and I probably will. Ugh, fine. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and go over to... This is so annoying. I'm going to go to the castle real quick. Let's get rid of this and this and this. Okay. I can't believe it's going to make me do this. Yeah. Well, I might as well also change these for each loops to for loops. For int I, because I prefer for loops instead of for each loops. Magic barriers. Wow, I can't spell magic even. Not count. Nope, it's a length. It's an array. That's right. Not length. I++. I tried pretty much every command on like every item. Well, and again, don't feel bad about not being able to get through Sierra mode because one, it is it expects you to have played through normal mode so that you know certain mechanics that the demo does not teach you. So we're gonna go ahead and say magic audio, and then we are gonna say magic audio, not magic attack. Stop that. Magic audio of I dot play. All right, get rid of this, and then we're gonna just grab this. Magic barriers. I grab you and you. All right, got rid of 2 for each loops. That was not what I came in here for, though. Okay, so we are. Yeah, this is super fun. Do I do anything with this? Yeah, I swap out the torches. That's right. So we grab materials. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create. I do not like this at all, and I'm really worried that this is going to cause a huge lag spike. Public. Well, can I force that stuff just generically before I dive into this rabbit hole? Dynamic GI. Let's take a look at what's in here. Update environment. Update materials. No, that doesn't. That's not good enough. But I can also check out renderer.update. Oh, right, that's not going to work. I'm going to cheat real quick. Get component. Renderer.update. GI materials. Okay, let's see if there's a way. Oh, good. That's the only thing in there. Okay. Fine. So I'm just going to grab all of the renderers. I guess at first, I don't want to do that. Let me think. Okay, we are going to make an array of mesh renderers. Public mesh renderer. Wow. Mesh renderer. We'll call these, I don't want to call it just mesh renderers. Slag it. We'll just call them renderers. Renderers is equal to new mesh renderer 0. Let's see. I could actually, real quick. Let's come down here to not start. Where are you? On cutscene complete. On exit opened. On throne triggered. Huh? Really? All right. Real quick, I'm going to come down here. I'm going to say override on, let's see, we want on level load complete, I believe. We're going to do base. And then I'm also going to go ahead and say mesh renderers is equal to, not to that, we're going to say find objects of type mesh renderer. So we're going to do this live for now. In the future, I will, of course, cache this stuff, but I want to make sure that this works. And then I'm just going to do a for loop and update it all. For int I is equal to 0, I is less than renderers dot length I++. And I'm just going to say renderers I dot update GI materials. Okay, let's try that. I want to beat it. A burning passion to beat Sierra mode. Yeah. I mean, that's the point, right? Is Sierra mode is deliberately meant to obfuscate and confuse you. Well, obfuscate things and then confuse you. And of course, it lets me indulge in designer, like, huge designer sins, like the key. It's really liberating, actually. It feels very good designing Sierra mode. but it's definitely something that requires you to have played through at least a bulk of normal mode to teach you certain mechanics that really aren't taught in the demo. And two, it definitely requires a lot of caution and oh crap, right. This is going to be interesting. I'm going to actually I'm going to there it is. I knew it would break. I really hoped that it wouldn't, but I knew it would. All right. We're just going to delete this stuff real quick. So let's go to text quest build, text quest saves. I'm going to wipe all of my save states. I can't have the castle load in the background because it doesn't actually do anything. Well, it doesn't give us valid results when that happens. Well, you can keep trying. If it makes you feel any better, I know it won't. But I once had a guy who sat down to play it. He didn't even play normal mode, but he somehow stumbled through Sierra mode without doing anything wrong. He just got everything right, and I was incredibly infuriated because my response to that wasn't like "good for you." It was legitimately like, "Huh, I guess that means that I need to make it harder." Because if someone can accidentally get through Sierra mode, then that's no good. That is not good enough at all. Fixed it! All right. Also, that wasn't a really noticeable lag spike. Huh. Of course, I guess I wasn't really paying attention, but I really don't want to do that every time I have a problem like this. Ugh. Okay. Well, it works for now, so I'm gonna leave it like that, and then I'm gonna try to form a bug report after the stream tonight, and send that into Unity with a repro project. It sucks that I'm gonna have to send in something pretty big. I'll try to pare it down, but like this is a flaw. Well, actually, no, that's pointless. Sending it in won't do anything. They're dropping support for substances, so their response will be like, "Unfortunately, we're not actually doing anything with this. You should just wait until 2018 comes out, and then you should get the plugin the Algorithmic's going to give you." And it's just like Unity. Okay, so so that works now. Okay, I'm gonna stop playing real quick. That should I'm gonna get rid of that autosave. I am going to also turn on profiling real quick because I want to see what this looks like, what that search through the entire scene for mesh renderers looks like. And we're not going to do deep profile. We're just going to do regular one. Because if it's a massive spike and I can tell that it's a lag spike, I'm not going to want to do it. If it's not really that bad, then I'm just going to leave it in as is. I won't even cache it for now. Except that's the problem, right? Is that I don't need to do it every time. Well, like, I guess I should do it every time. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and new game. Okay, so keep an eye on the profiler. Wow, really? We're currently running at 30? Oh, that's all VSync. Huh. I mean, there's a little bit of a spike here. But, yeah, overall, it's not really that bad. Yeah. Huh. That's just the grab all meshes, I'm guessing. Huh. Oh, internet problems? Yeah, I apologize. Is it a streaming problem, like the quality settings or whatnot? Oh, people can actually select video quality right now. So if you turn it down to like 480p, does that work? Also, welcome back, Sky. We have, in giant quotation marks, solved the blue tinting that I set out to solve at the beginning of this dev stream. Okay, so I am going to do a couple of things. First up, I'm going to pause, and then I'm going to go to options. I believe we want display. Yeah, what the heck's up with that? 30. I'm going to hit apply there. We're going to go back, and then we're going to resume. There we go. So now you can see we're running at 60 frames per second. I don't know why it thought I should be running at 30. Okay. I am also going to go ahead and fix a couple of things because apparently pressing enter right now is not doing anything, but it should pull up my input menu. So I'm going to fix that. And then we're going to fix something in the main menu that I've been meaning to fix for a while. Okay, so let's go over to, I believe we want actually to use menu controls, I want to say. Yeah, that's it. All right, so down here, let's see, pause, open inventory, open help, open input menu. There we go, let's peak definition. So that should open on return, key code return. But it's not, which is kind of odd. So let's go over to interact, go to definition, and we have a callback here that should pretty much be impossible to get around, except it doesn't, which means that callback is not firing. So what should happen is whenever we press enter, it should send out a raycast to try and interact with something. And if it interacts with something within a set distance, which I believe is like 15 meters. No, it's not that far. I'm sorry. It's probably like 5 meters. Then it will, move into figuring out if it's something you can actually interact with. If it doesn't interact with anything at all, if it doesn't hit anything with physics.raycast, then we just immediately call it back. So that should open it up. If it does hit something, it checks to see if it's in the right layer, and if it's not, then it immediately calls callback. And then if it does hit something, it checks to make sure that it's an actor, and if it does, then it immediately calls callback. So why would you not open? Well, let's find out by adding 2 menu controls. Down here, I'm going to add a debug call. So right here. I'm kind of wondering if something's closing it. I'm watching it in 160p. Got that good Game Boy resolution going on, huh? I actually kind of wish that Twitch had a Game Boy streaming option, so you could set it to 10, or I was gonna say 1060, but that's not right. It'd be 160, and make everything pea soup green and pixely. That'd actually be pretty funny. Oh, I could totally do that. I mean, I can't do it on Twitch directly, but eventually, once I get my my avatar built out to what I want it to be, I'll be able to actually do really cool screen effects. I could actually do pixelization like that. That would be pretty funny. Okay, so we're just going to try and interact with something real quick. I'm just going to jump into the castle level itself. As soon as it loads. All right. And then I'm just going to hit enter. If we get test out, it means that it's opening, but it's not doing what it should, which is very annoying. Oh, screw you. There it is. Look at that. So you can see test. I was right, by the way. So when you hit enter once, it does work, but every time after that, it does not. So if you hit... Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is. I think. So the problem, I believe, is... Wait, nope, that doesn't make sense. I was going to say that this raycast non-alloc is not hitting something. Well, that's weird, right? Because there's no way for it to get away from it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put in some debugs here. Debug.log test 1. Come down here. I'm going to just make this so we know it's firing. Get rid of you. We are going to grab this, and I'm going to go ahead and say test 2, and then otherwise I'm going to go ahead and just call like test 10 and test 20 here. Ta-da! Well, sorry that Twitch isn't cooperating with you, Scorpio. Uh, all right. Yeah, I'll probably be on for a while tonight, at least through until I get this menu stuff figured out, and then we deal with the main menu a little bit. And then I'm going to fix the load screen, because that's also causing problems, and it needs to work. So I'll probably be on for at least another half hour minimum, I'm guessing. Probably longer, because I'm terrible at assuming that I'll finish things very quickly. I'm really hoping... I don't know what the difference between like hitting enter the first time is. So we get to test 20 there. Test 20 again. That doesn't make sense. That must mean that this is not doing something. Okay. Does it think it's open? Okay, let's try this. Do test 15. Test 16. Then test, seriously, 16, then test 17 here. Like the only thing I can think of, and I was a little worried about this, is that somehow it thinks it's open, which no, it's not. Huh. Let's see. Let's go back here to menu control. So we are getting to this point, which immediately should call the callback. No. No. No way. Ah. Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me. No, I might know what's doing it. Seriously. Okay, so what might be happening here is if you tap enter in the input menu when you don't have anything in the input area, it will immediately close the input menu. What might be happening is whenever I hit enter to open the input menu, on the same frame, it registers that I hit enter again. Well, not again, it just picks up that enter, and then it goes through and sees, oh, you haven't typed anything, so I'm just going to immediately close. But why would it work the first time? Oh, maybe because the menu hasn't been instantiated yet. That would make sense. Yep. I'm also going to test something. I'm going to hit E. I'm going to hit enter. Okay. So, made it through to test 17 there. Now. Nope. Yep. There it is. Yep. 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 Okay. Well, well, we are going to, not going to stand for that. Let's see here, script execution order. Let's see here. We are going to add, ooh, this is going to suck, isn't it? Can I skip? Oh, good, I can. Ooh. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Oh, dear. Is it going to be by namespace? It's by namespace. Oh, that's going to suck. Can I not drag it in? Because that would be nice. I'm going to just try to drag that in. Oh, good, I can. Okay. So we want this to execute first, actually. So I'm going to put that there, and I think that will fix our problem. So now all of our TextQuest view code will execute before other standard other code does. I'm curious if this will fix our problem. Because as long as update detects the enter press before it's open, it's fine because it won't close again. Let's see. Anyone else notice like a flicker? Oh, it's probably the mesh is updating. Ah! No! No! Okay. Yeah. Great. Well, that's disappointing. I guess I'm going to remove that real quick then. Project settings, script execution order, and... Well... Yeah, we'll just remove that. Apply. Okay. So that means... Dang it. Right. I really don't want to have a frame delay. Okay. We're gonna get rid of that. Get rid of you and you and you. Then we will go over to input view and let's see. So I should go to on submit here. Let's see, where are you on submit? Here we are. So here's the problem. If our text is empty when we hit enter, you'll see that it's going to just straight up call close. So I don't want to do this. I could have this when it opens set a Boolean that will then be set to false one frame later. Basically, have a frame buffer because this listens for on enter pressed, which on enter down, which means that if it's pressed in that frame, it will detect it. But if it waits one frame before allowing that detection to happen, then it won't really care. But it sucks that I'm going to have to do that. So I guess, can I think of any other way to get around that? If it's open, clear. Oh, I might be able to do. No, that would be dumb. Well, okay. Let me go ahead and come down here. I'm going to go to base.update, go to definition, and I'm going to say if input.selected, oh, what is it, is focused. Okay. Oh, I don't need a second if in there, do I? So this should be impossible for it to happen on the first frame. UGUI events, assuming that TextMesh Pro doesn't do something weird, UGUI almost always takes one frame for it to update states of selectables. That's why I was going to say occasionally, but it's actually very often, I have to write frame delays for things. Most notably, if you're doing anything with scroll recs, then you have to, after you populate them, in order to scroll all the way back up to the top, you have to wait one frame. Because if you try to scroll all the way to the top in the same frame that you populate a scroll rect in, it just doesn't know what to do, and that causes problems. So you have to wait one frame so that UGUI can rebuild everything and then properly update values. So let's see if this works. Ooh. Oh dear. Great. So that doesn't work because input.isFocus doesn't. Fine. Freaking. Well, Thank you, keeping track of this act. I apologize for my non-committal grumblings. Well, non-committal, that's not quite right, but my grumblings nonetheless, and my dissatisfaction with my input system right now. What can I do to fix this? Oh, you know what? That's no, that won't work. There it is. So I could do something really strange here for input view and say on open. Oh, hey! Oh, crap! No, I know this. No important little games. I know this. Dang it. Company names fail me. I apologize so much. I should know this. Scroll through your index of people, Chris. And company names. Right! Bobby! Dang it. Yes, thank you for stopping by. I knew it. I should have known. I feel so bad now, though. Oh, that's gonna be bad for the rest of the night. I apologize. Did you get a? Yeah, did you get a? Is that a Twitch account just for your company, or is that like your Twitch account that you use and it's named after your company? Yeah, I remember Codemancer. Yeah, I knew that Important Little Games was something that I had known, and that it was important that I remembered them, but I couldn't put the names together. So I apologize. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. You're just randomly going through Twitch. Or I guess you wouldn't have stumbled on me. You actually know me, so you had to deliberately search for me. Yeah, I knew it wasn't actually it was more of a face or a person to company association, because I remember as soon as you said your name, like, I remember. But yeah, I'm still figuring out name and company associations. That's still my worst one, or my worst. I was gonna say vice, but that's not correct. Failing. Oh, I didn't realize that. Really? Huh. I didn't realize that you were following me. Well, thank you. Okay, so what we're going to do is something weird here. We're going to turn on open. Let's see. Where are you? Open, open, open. We're going to set... what was it? Is listening for input, I believe. Or is listening for submit is equal to false. And then down here in update, if is open, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say if not is listening for update, or is listening for submit, I'm going to set it to be true. Okay, so that should fix our problem, I think. Let's find out. Because now all of that code should execute one frame later. Well, how have you been, by the way? Oh, and actually, you know what? While you're here, informal meeting request. I'm going to be up at. I'm going to be doing the train jam this year for GDC, and let's see. I'm assuming that BitBash is going on that night, right? Or the night before, because I think I remember seeing an announcement for the party. I think that's right. All right, so let's go ahead and try this. I really hope that this works, because I want this enter functionality to work again. I hate that I broke it. Okay, so that works. Ha-ha! Got it to work. Okay, now let's make sure that entering... Okay, good. So, got around it with sort of a frame delay, but fortunately I don't have to do anything extra to get it to actually register that delay. I don't have to like start a coroutine. That's really annoying that I had to find that workaround, but I guess what are you gonna do? Initiation, yeah. Yeah, I still need to sign up for the party. I just finalized my travel arrangements for everything like this past weekend, because I was really slow to get that stuff sorted out. Oh yeah, and for anyone who's in Chicago, you should totally check out that link because it's really cool. Um, okay, so we fixed that. I'm going to jump over to the splash screen now, and we're going to fix well, it's not really a bug, it's more of an oversight. And I am going to need to wipe my saves. But yeah, are they going to be doing a similar thing that they did last year where there's like a gathering before Bit Bash for people going on the train jam? Do you know? I haven't seen anything about that, but I assumed that that was going to happen. Well, I know that they were talking about it, but I haven't seen any like dates or anything like that. I wasn't sure if you'd heard about that. Oh, and by the way, so you'll notice right now if you look at, I'm going to maximize on play for maximal effectiveness, of course. If you look at my cursor, let's also go ahead and go to the extras and then go back. You can see like an after image effect here. That is because currently our camera is not clearing any information because it's just the UI camera. And because there's no level in the background to load in behind this, nothing's really getting wiped right away. There's like a weird UI delay. So to get around that, what I'm going to need to do is I need to change the background of this main menu, which is semi-transparent. I need to set it, I believe, to full alpha. And I think that'll fix, yeah, that fixes the problem. So I need to actually set this image background color to be a certain color if there is a main menu to load, or if there's a level to load in the background, and then a different color if there is no level, because otherwise we'll get that trailing effect. Oh, and that's going to suck, because that's going to happen for all of them. Ah, that sucks! Dang it, okay. So we need that for pretty much like every menu in the main menu. Ugh. Alright, we can do that. You know if there's going to be a Midwest Devs party meetup? I haven't seen anything official. I was really hoping that there would be. There's meetups for like everyone else. There's meetups for like developers from Japan, developers from Canada, developers from South America, developers from Europe. But there's like nothing for developers from America, which I guess makes sense because it's in America. But it'd be nice to have. Actually, I even think there's a get together for Massachusetts developers, I want to say. Like it seemed really random, but there's not one for Midwest developers, I don't think. At least not that I saw. There might be like an unofficial party or get together of some kind. I'll have to look into it. There's like a spreadsheet, an unofficial party spreadsheet that people keep track of. Yeah, Boston has one too. Yeah, it's weird. Like I mean, I guess that kind of makes sense, but it's annoying that we don't have one for the Midwest, and I feel like we should. Except that would obviously cost money. That would be expensive to put together, probably. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and jump to the main menu. Sorry, main view. If I could type main view, which apparently I can't. We're going to go ahead and close this, open this up. So, okay, we're going to add a base class for menus, for lack of a better term, like start menus. Because basically every menu in the initial area, like extras, options, everything, has to have this, we'll have to have these two colors, and then we'll have to do this check. So I don't want to code that in like 5 different menus, I just want to have a base class that I can set up. I don't know what a good name for that is, though. Let's go ahead and create a folder. I'm going to call this like title menus, I guess. I have a title screen, which of course means that all of this will have to go under it. I'm going to move, let's see. We're going to need title, options, new game, main menu, load game, extras, and I think that's it. We're going to move those into title menus. There have been Midwesterns in the past. Huh. Well, Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen anything, but it's entirely possible that I just missed it. Admittedly, I just haven't noticed it. I'll probably take a look at that tonight. Make sure that that's not the case. Um, are you gonna be going to GDC this year? All right, we're gonna collapse all of our substances because I don't really need these open. And let's see. So we're gonna go back here to title menus. I'm gonna go ahead and create a core folder. Well, I say that, but I gotta wait for Unity to compile, and then I will create a core folder. It's okay, Unity. We're not in a hurry. Take your time. I know it's important to have slowly compiled code. It makes it much more performant. Okay, I'm going to call that core. I'm going to create a new C# script. And we're just going to call this, jeez. So I called it TextQuest Game View. I guess I'll call this title Game View. Ugh, what a terrible name. Especially because I already have it. Oh, crap. Please tell me it's not called Title Game View. It's just called Title View. Okay. Woohoo! Woo! Avoided that. Alright. Come on. I believe in you, Unity. I believe in you. I know you can do it. Not very well, but I know you can do it. Let's see. I will. In fact, I have a little festival game I'm showing at the alt control showcase. Oh, cool. I will be sure to stop by then. Not like I wasn't going to stop by there anyway, but now I have an actual reason to stop by other than, curiosity. Well, I'm excited to see that then. Are you just flying out then? You're not doing train jam? Let's see. Come on, Unity. Jeez, what is up with you? Are you serious? Oh, here it is. Here's the culprit. It's reloading the project. Visual Studio. Jeez. Well, we're going to be here for a while. It's great. I can't even switch over to Unity. Well, you know what I can do? I can close Substance Designer. Ooh, fancy. Oh my goodness, this is killing me. What's happening? Ah, well, I don't want to have to force quit, but I might have to force quit. Flying? Okay. Perfectly understandable. Yeah, I barely managed to get in on the train jam. I missed the initial round of ticket sales, but when they opened up for like extra sales at the end, I managed to snag one. I had a decent time last year, so I'm kind of curious to see what it's like this year. Plus, it's just fun to make a game in 3 days and then crash for about a day when you get to San Francisco. Okay, yep, this is happening. Nope, not that. Yeah, let's go ahead and end that task. Okay. Yeah, not sure what happened there, but Visual Studio just locked up. That was really weird. Hmm. All right, there we go. Jeez, took way too long. Okay, so this is going to be in our TextQuest namespace. This is going to derive from TextQuest view. Okay. And this is also an abstract class, so we don't have to worry about any of those problems. We will, however, have a public color field, and we're going to call this opaque color. Jeez. And we'll say filled color. Filled color is equal to color dot black. Then public color. Let's say transparent. No. Pass through color. Wow, that's a terrible name. is also equal to color.black for now. And then we are also going to need to say using Unity engine.ui. We're going to come up here. We're going to say public image. We'll say background image. Okay. I'll let that compile. So the idea is that when we don't have a save file, we don't load a background level, and because of that, the way Unity handles its cameras for UI, it's using depth to clear the UI, and that's creating a weird after image effect. So by having the background image of all of these menus be tinted solid black when there is no level that's loaded, we're going to basically prevent that trail effect. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my title view because I need to grab its root color. And let's see. What's one? That's probably something like 50% opacity almost. Well, no, that's actually above that. That's like probably 60%. So let's go ahead and actually come back here. I'm going to say new color. We're going to say 0f, 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 and 0.6f. I think that'll give us roughly what we want. All right, we're going to need to grab our title view. And let's just start with the title view because it's the one that's going to... of course. Okay, we're not going to start with the title view because the title view is a special little snowflake, apparently, that does not want to be a text express game view, so I can't actually do that because of this. So that means I'm going to instead do the same thing I was going to do for title game view, and we're going to do that on the main menu. Ta-da! So we're going to make this a title game view. Let's go ahead and let that go. And we are also going to add some functions here. We're going to say not public. We'll make this protected void refresh, well, capital R, refresh background. Okay. And all we need to do here is say, geez, this might be... I am not sure what this is going to do. We'll find out. So I'm going to want to say if text quest scene loader dot current level, no, current scene. There we go. Oh, that's not what I wanted to hear. Okay. Yeah, it's not good. I guess we'll do this. If it is currently equal to level ID dot main menu, I think we can get away with that. Then we're going to set the background color to be something else. We're going to set it to something else. So we're going to say background image. Wow, completely missed that. Background image dot color is equal to filled color. Otherwise, it's going to be equal to pass-through color. Okay, pretty simple. What do I want to change here, though? I guess I would have to change open, most likely. So let's go over to here. We're going to say override open, close others. We'll call base.open, close others, and then we'll just call refresh background. Very simple. Okay, so now the main menu should have that value. Well, should have those values. Oh, and don't tell me. Well, I guess it just hasn't compiled yet. So when those fields pop up, we should be able to check their values, make sure that everything looks right. And then we will be able to fix that little bug. Well, oversight. Technically not a bug. Okay. Let's drag you in. Yeah, I was about right. 0.6. Okay. So let's just see if that works. So now when we play, the title screen, you'll notice, will have a after image effect, but the main menu should not. Of course, then we're going to have to test this by loading in to the background. Oh, hold on. Oh, right. So it's kind of hard to see for this because I don't have the cursor shown. But you can see the letters leave a little bit of an after image for about a frame or two, which actually might be impossible to see on the Devstream. I don't think you can. No, it doesn't. It kind of is there. It's really hard to see though. Okay, looking good. There's no after image effect here. Let's go ahead and start a new game. Press yes. Normal, right, green, yes, yes. Okay, so we're gonna need to start this scene, quit out, because then when we load back into the main menu, it's gonna have a background. Well, it's gonna have a level loaded, and if the background turns completely black, that means I need to change up how I'm loading that stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and quit. Doot, doot, doot. Okay, so let's go ahead and say start. Yep, I was worried about that. Crap. It's because of this. So it's still in the main menu until I hit continue, I think. I was worried that was going to be the case, but yeah, that's not great. That means crap. Well, I'm not going to be happy about this, but I can set the main menu's background to do that. So real quick, I'm going to jump to the main menu scene. So we have this. I need to grab load main menu level, and let's see, load level coroutine. Is this my scene manager? It is not. Well, isn't that nice? Crap. Oh, I know what I can do. If I'm smart. Well, not if I'm smart. If I was lazy, then I will have left it exposed. Which probably means that I didn't, and I didn't. Okay. Well, then crap. I really don't want to deal with that. Let me think. So, yeah, okay. I'm going to actually go back here to title game view. This is going to be a hideous solution. We're going to do protected static level manager. We'll call that level manager. So instead of doing this check here, I'm going to just say if level manager is equal to null. Okay. So what I have to do now is in main view here, I need to set that. So on open, I will say it's going to happen every time. Oh, that's so disappointing. Okay. So I need to say if level manager is equal to null, then level manager is equal to find object of type level manager. If I could spell level manager. Okay. So this should basically search through the scenes to find the object of type level manager. There's only ever going to be one. And if no scene loads in the background, then that is... let's go ahead. We'll actually leave the autosave so that we can double check it right now. If there is a level that's been loaded in the background, then there will be a level manager that's found. If there is not a level loaded in the background, there will not be, at which point it will use the fill color. I don't like doing that because it means that I do a scene search every time well, not every time that I open the menu, but when it's opened for the first time after quitting a game. And we'll also need to make sure that it functions as expected. I'm not a huge fan of that. I don't like doing level searches like that. It's sloppy. But the alternative is basically adding like a menu level variable to the level manager. Oh, you are... Why? Why? For what reason? No. Okay. Well, I'm gonna, one, get rid of those. And two, we're gonna see what happens here. That was really weird. Um, huh. I don't, I don't know what happened there. That was really weird. Alright, so nothing. Nice, no trailing effect, so it's using the correct one. And then if we go to extras, oh right, that makes sense. We haven't done anything with it yet. Okay, let's go to new game. I'm gonna try this. Okay, same thing. We're gonna load in, then we're gonna quit out, then we're gonna load back in. Okay, nice. So that works. Not a fan of it. Don't like that solution because it does involve searching the scene, but at least it only happens once. Well, no, it doesn't happen once. It. Maybe I should make that public. All right. Actually, that does make more sense. I'm going to change this to public static, and then on load menu level here, we're actually, you know what? That's even better. Instead of doing this level manager here, I'm just going to change that to a bool. We're just going to call that has level is equal to false. We're going to say if has level. Well, if not has level, then we will set the filled color. Let's go ahead and actually make these all one-line things because it's nice and clean that way. Well, that's clean, but it's also shorter, which is the main thing. So we're going to go over to menu level. So here we are going to want to say level, wherever this is called. And we are going to say if load menu level, and we have a continue save file. We're going to come up here and we're going to say title game view dot has level is equal to true. And otherwise we do need to set that to false, which is unfortunate because it means I have to do a lot of else's. The worst. No, I don't. I lied. Because it is, I believe, impossible to get to a state where you had a level and then don't anymore. Now you might be able to delete all of your saves after you load in, but that would still have the level in the background. At which point it's loaded and therefore we want to see it. So this should only happen. All right, no, I'll put them in there just in case, because there are weird cases I can think of that would cause problems here. So I need to do else's all over the place. Oh wait, no, I don't. I can just do this. This is even better. Just gonna grab this. Boop. Okay, we'll just set it to false initially. That's even better. Yep, I like it. Okay, so now I don't even have to search through the scene. I just need to know that it's loaded. I still don't like that. Oh. Oh, right. Main menu is doing that. Don't need to do that anymore. It's still a little sloppy, I think, because I do have a public static bool that I'm setting. I don't really like doing that. That's kind of sloppy code in my opinion, but it will function. And that was the important thing. Man, I really need to do a better job of going back through and playing the initial levels, though, because clearly there are some issues there that have cropped up since I last looked at them. And I don't really know why. I'm assuming it's because of natural Unity upgrades. Okay, so we're going to jump over to Splash Fade. Also going to clear my saves. No, we'll leave them in there. Okay, let's check this out. Okay, so we're going to skip all of this. Looking good. We don't get any After Effects. Oh, that's because, right, the background was there. Okay, so that loaded in. That's good. Let's go ahead and delete those saves. And then let's go ahead and play it. So we should still have no trails after our cursor, but this time it's just going to be solid black instead of semi-transparent. Okay, skip through here, type start. Nice, no trails. All right. Okay, so next thing to do is just to port extras and all these other menus to use that. So let's go ahead and close main view. I'm going to go ahead and just grab, oh, not that, title game view. We're going to close that. We can't do it to the title view, which is fine for now. We'll deal with that in a second. And you know what? No, this is actually, I've got a better idea. Instead of having all of these things derive from that menu, we're going to change this. Okay, so let's go ahead and find all references here. This is a much simpler solution. I don't know why I didn't think of this. We're going to set this back to be a text quest game view. Okay. I'm just going to make this title game view not be a view at all. It's just going to be a mono behavior. We are not going to have... That was the problem, wasn't it? Well... Oh no, I can just do that, can't I? Get rid of you. I'm just going to go ahead and say private void on enable. Okay. We will call refresh background. So I'm just going to make this a mono behavior that I can stick on an image. Let's go ahead and say require component type of image. Okay. And all this is going to do is just grab the image, and then it will refresh it whenever it's enabled or disabled. Well, just whenever it's enabled. Okay, so I'm hoping that will be fine as is. Let's see. Do I care enough to do that? Yeah, alright, it's fine. So let's go ahead and grab that. We're going to let that compile. I guess I should probably rename it too. It's fine for now. Yeah, I'll probably call it something like title view background. Okay, so we're going to drag in all of the menus that we can think of that are in the title menu section. And it's great because that'll also work for the view, or the title view. Because I can put it like right there. Oh, it's abstract, right? Can't. I want it to be abstract, of course. Dang it, I should have renamed it. Okay, so we'll call this title view background. Go ahead and let that compile. Title view background. Okay. Got to make sure that they match. If you have C# scripts that have different file names to their class names, they will not compile properly. Or at the very least, you can't add them as components. I think they actually might compile properly. You might get a warning. I don't actually remember what the process is there. Either way, it's not good. You don't want to do that. This might actually be one of the few on enable events that I've used. I almost never do things in on enable because it's not reliable. Sometimes it can give you some weird stuff. Anyway, so let's go ahead, drag this in. It's not Seriously. Okay, this is one of those wonderful situations where it didn't compile. So we're going to let that open Visual Studio again, and now when I try to add it as a component, it will work. This is an annoying thing that 2017 does sometimes. I don't really know why it happens. I assume it has to do with how they're handling assembly definition stuff. But sometimes Visual Studio fails to recompile scripts, and then you get weird results like how it thought it was abstract even though it was not. Oh, good. It still thinks it's abstract. That's annoying. Okay, let's add let's change some code. Let's call you, I don't want to call you anything else besides background image. Fine. Doot doot. Random comments. That should force it to recompile. And if it still thinks that it's abstract for some reason, hello, there we go. Load menu level. Oh, right. Well, that's why. It's because I had an error. Why didn't I notice you before? Title, view, background has level. Grab that, paste that in. That explains why I wasn't compiling, because I had errors. Errors prevent it from recompiling. I really should have like a giant warning flashing thing, like a modal that pops up whenever I have compilation errors. Just so that I don't look stupid like that. Oh man. Let's see. Go ahead and clear this. And now, fourth time's the charm. Boom. Perfect. Let's go ahead and just drag that in. And that's all we really need to do, actually. So let's go ahead and add that to all of our wonderful backgrounds. It's also really nice because this makes it a lot easier for me to edit these prefabs. That's very true. I've actually created a few editor tools for my coworkers at work, and I try to operate with the mentality that anything that I create should not be annoying. Although I will say, I did find out that I'm going to show you this real quick. Let's see, where did I put it? Oh, this is interesting. It like opened up all of my old scripts. I'm going to go ahead and find that test window that we made. What would I call it? Like mesh GI window. I did find out how to make editor sounds with Unity. So let's go ahead and turn this off, turn you off, and I'm going to change this to say editor utility dot. I think it's like, it's not beep. What is it? I thought it was called like beep. Maybe it's something else. Editor GUI utility dot beep. No, I'm pretty sure it was utility. I'm gonna get this, I swear. Let's see. Clear progress bar. Progress bar, by the way, if you're doing any sort of tooling for Unity, this progress bar is the default modal progress bar that pops up. You can actually force Unity to show that if you want. Let's see, compress, compile. That was like, let's see, display, dialog, extract. Oh, interesting. I didn't know you could extract log files. That's kind of cool. Huh. Let's see. There is a way to make your computer beep, and I will find it. Set dirty, unload. Warn prefab. That's okay. Interesting. Maybe it's not in editor utility. Editor dot editor. Oh, that's the wrong editor. Well, I apologize. I can't even remember my own. Ah, there it is. Editor audio utility, right? Oh, no. Dang it. That's just the internal wrapper. Well, I'm sad now that I don't remember my own. Alright, well. Disappointment. There's a way to make the editor beep. I just can't remember the code. I didn't even think about that. Huh. Really? You can use the Bell ASCII character to make a sound. Huh. There's a way. There it is. Editor application. That's what it is. It's this. Beep. Okay, there it is. So you can actually tell the Unity editor to make a beep. So now whenever I click this update GI button, it'll make a beep. And presumably it's the like default little ping sound that your operating system uses. So for Windows, it's like the bring sound that it does. All right. Never been so excited for a compilation to finish. There you go. So every time, if you ever want to annoy your coworkers, and you're the tools person, just make that happen every single time they use your tools. It's hilarious. It's actually not. It's quite annoying. But if you need to do it, you can do it. Okay, let's get back to making prefabs functional. Okay, load game. Grab this. Ooh, I don't need it for modals, actually. I only need it for the prefab itself. Or for the menu itself. Drag that in. We'll keep that open so that I know what's what. Oh, come on. There we go. Terrible. There we go. Let's see, so that's the extras. We have the load game done. Main menu is done. New game. Options are going to be pretty big. Title's already done, right? Yeah. Okay. Got a lot of options. Let's see. Okay. Let's just go ahead and assign it real quick. All right. I think that's all of my prefabs for the menu prefabs. Let's go ahead and give it a quick playthrough. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by, Bobby. I will hopefully talk to you when I head up to Chicago for Train Jam. I'm assuming you'll be at BitBash. And if not, I will see you at GDC sometime, hopefully. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. No after image, that's good. We don't have save files, right? Yep, good. Let's go to extras. No after image, that's good. Credits, that's good. Let's go back. Classic mode, I don't need to worry about. Oh, crap. I don't need to worry about author mode either. Don't need to worry about any of that. Let's go to new game. That also does not matter. Let's go back. Let's go to options. Okay. Nothing wrong there. Let's go to our gameplay settings. Everything looks good. Uh-oh. Okay, that was... what's going on here? Uh-oh, that's not great. Something is blocking the cancel button here. Not sure what that is. Let's go to audio. Ooh, audio must not have been with the others. Gotta fix that. Graphics looks fine. And display. Display looks fine. Okay. Looks like audio was the only one that got away. I'm assuming that's because I missed it. Yeah, I did. Okay. Weird. Alright. Let's go ahead and grab that. Pull this in. And boom. Cool. So we'll go ahead and test that real quick. And then I think we're going to call it a night. We got pretty much everything that I wanted to do. At least sort of dealt with. And then we've uncovered some very unfortunate errors that I do need to fix. But we have this background after image effect fixed. It's not a problem anymore. Does it work in audio? It does work in audio. Yay. We have the blue shadows in the castle, in quotes, fixed. And we've also fixed a few of our interaction bugs. So I think we're more or less in a stable place now. The only thing I think I need to do after the stream tonight, as far as what we figured out today, is I need to deal with the load game menu because there's a bug that's cropping up, most likely because of the save state changes that I made to how difficulty is stored. It's stored as an int now instead of a string. So let's go ahead and stop playing. And I'm going to get ready to do that. But I think we're going to call that a night. Any other quick announcements? Not off the top of my head. So I think that's a pretty good place to stop for the night. Got a lot done. And as always, I want to thank you all very much for watching. And I will see you all next time.